Welcome back. I think that teachers who are struggling to build rapport with students, new teachers, or anyone transitioning into a new position, a new teaching position somewhere, will find this video helpful. I recently retired from this public school system. I spent 28 years there. I have the utmost gratitude for the opportunity they created for me. Again, I can't put into words how thankful I am for the opportunity to have taught the 28 years in the public school system that I did. I learned so much. I built a lot of relationships. But the main thing is, I had 28 years of established reputation, what I would call my street cred, my teacher cred. Not only was I well known throughout the school from brothers and sisters and parents, but throughout the entire community. So when students walked into my classroom, I already had credibility built up. I may have taught their parents, I may have taught their brothers and sisters. So when they walked in, again, I already had a great reputation, and now I'm starting from zero. So I retired, and now I'm working for a private school, and I have zero street cred. I've been very strategic and deliberate about rebuilding or building as quickly relationships with the students, fellow faculty members, and administration as possible. And here's some of the things I've done. First thing I did is on day one, I handed out note cards to all the students, asked them what activities they were participating in, what sports they were participating in, what TV shows and musicians they like to listen to. And I try to incorporate a little bit of that into my lessons wherever I can, or reference things that may cross over to specific lessons. But I also use that opportunity to identify who my sports, my athletes were. And I started attending all of the football games. I've attended every home football game. As a matter of fact, I'm the guy giving fist bumps to all of the players as they're coming off the field. So um, I'm very fortunate in that they allow the teachers onto the field during games, and I love that. It's an opportunity to build rapport with the students. They know you're there, and that tradition is carried over to my classroom now. Now I've got my football players, when they're in the classroom, give me a fist bump, and it's it's even transitioned over to my non-athletes now walk into the classroom and give me a fist bump. So that's really, really cool. I'm glad that it's transitioned over to not just athletes, but everybody. Some of my cosplay kids come in and are giving me fist bumps. So again, very deliberate. If you're teaching freshmen, go to the freshman football games. If you've got a lot of sophomores and juniors, go to the JV football games. If you've got varsity football players, go to those games. If you've got, it's just an opportunity to build rapport with students. I also have a couple volleyball players, so I go to the volleyball games. And again, this one of the students looks at me after the volleyball game and runs up and gives me a big hug because I came to her game. So building rapport. Use sports as an opportunity to build rapport with your students. Next thing I'm doing is I sponsored a club. So I'm talking to a lot of my non-athletes. This is an opportunity for me to create and run a club where I have a common interest with the students. We have an environmental club, and I think we've got like 50 or 60 members at this point. Again, another opportunity to build a relationship with the students. Homecoming. I think I washed it off pretty good, but a little while ago, my wife put a big scar across here. Is this week's homecoming event on Monday is Star Wars. So tomorrow, I'm going to dress up in full Darth Vader outfit. Our school doesn't allow masks, so in case they don't allow me to wear my Darth Vader mask, I'm going to put a big scar across here so that I can emulate Anakin Skywalker as best I can. Again, this is an opportunity for me to connect with my sci-fi kids. And everyone will think it's cool. Mr. Cole's dressed up as Darth Vader. Have you seen him today? So again, doing dress-up days, it may seem like a little tiny thing, but when the kids see you do it, it makes it cool and they love it. They see that you care about them. There's an old saying, which is no one cares about how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's so true with students, especially students. They need to know that you care first. And then, even if you're not a great teacher, they'll teach themselves and they'll get your back when you're being evaluated and everything else. So the other thing I do is literally every single day when they come into my classroom, I say hi to every single student every single day, even if they don't respond. Previously, when I was in the public schools, I taught pretty uh, some at-risk students who were pretty hard to get through to. I had one girl who didn't even acknowledge I existed for 2 or 3 months. By the end of the school year, she looked at me literally and she goes, "Mr. Cole, we love you," referring to her and some of her friends. So again, it's an opportunity to build rapport. If you say hi to them every single day, eventually they'll start responding. And if you ask them about their day, you can remember some little facts about things that are important to them, about something they did this weekend. Bring it up. These are little opportunities to build rapport. Also, give them a say in any time you can in the lessons. Like, give you an example. Here's an example of something I'm going to do. I had a young lady. She was just stoked that she saw otters this last weekend. She filmed the otters, brought them in. She was so excited to show me 5 minutes of otter footage. And so I looked at her and I said, you know what? For our next case study, I'm going to create a case study about otters. And she was just flabbergasted. She was stunned and so excited. I'm like, can I use your pictures in some of these case studies? And again, now that student didn't even come in with any intention of having buy-in to my lesson. Now she's got buy-in. So again, these are all things that I do naturally because I do genuinely care about the students. I encourage you to um, let your personality shine and to connect with your students, be yourself, and do some of these things. Again, to summarize, go to sporting events, especially if you have students participating in something. Sponsor a club. Uh, Learn about the students. Have little conversations with them each day as they're entering the classroom. Ask them what they did over the weekend. Ask them what's going on in their lives. Build up a little bit of rapport. And if possible, give them a say in decisions, whether that's how you decorate your classroom or anything else. Anytime you give them a little bit of say, now you're getting buy-in and you're giving them some ownership. Well, if you're watching this video, you're probably a teacher, which means you are a hero. Keep being a hero. Talk to you soon, and have a great school year. Cole, out.